Today on In the Wood Yard, the wood is flying off the shelves. We got more deliveries. Let's get busy. So today is, I don't know, it's about 10 degrees, 12, something like that. No wind, so it's actually pretty darn nice out here. For those of you that live in the warm banana belt type climates, wind is the enemy. It can be cold and it's no big deal, but when you get wind, it hurts. So this isn't bad at all. I'm actually dressed lighter than I was yesterday, and yesterday was a little windy, and it was actually warmer yesterday. So for today, I've got 4 orders for sure. They're all single face cords or a third of a cord. I've got 3 of oak and 1 of maple, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I backed up to this oak right here. I'm going to throw this row in to the truck from the pre-measured pile. So there's a face cord or a third of a cord right here in this rack. And the wood is definitely leaving fast. Now that winter, the real winter is here finally, I'm getting a lot of people calling and ordering more wood from people that had ordered in the fall or people that are just first starting to realize, hey, we need some wood. So I've been getting a lot of orders. Most of them have been smaller, not a lot of real big orders this time of year. The people that order big orders, that order 2, 3 full cords, have already ordered their wood. I've got a few of those to do yet. I think tomorrow I've got a full cord to deliver, and that guy usually gets 2. So I don't know why he's getting just 1, but maybe he's had some of his own or something. I'll find out when I get there. So I've been delivering a lot of wood, and I am going to run out this year for sure, unless I buy some wood from some other supplier where I can get stuff that's ready to burn, which is possible. I know a few people that produce wood and don't sell very much. They're a ways away from here, but they sell it really cheap, and I can more than double my money. All I gotta do is go get it, load it, haul it, dump it. So I might be doing some of that this year. But today I'm gonna load this one up and we're gonna go deliver it. So it's time to start chucking wood right now. There it is, another beautiful load of oak ready to go down the road to its new home. I'm gonna go deliver this, we're gonna come back, we're gonna do it again and again and again. Here we go. I am leaving for my delivery right now, and I thought of something that came up in the comments. I think it was yesterday, a couple days ago. I don't remember who it was, but somebody made a comment asking about making money with firewood, and there's a lot of people that have the misconception that they start selling firewood, they're going to get rich. You're not going to get rich. You're going to make some extra money. And depending on how big you want to get, it really just comes down to scaling your effort with equipment or manpower. If you're by yourself without a lot of equipment, you can make a few $1,000s pretty easily to tens of thousands of dollars. Not easily. You're gonna have to work hard. That's all there is to it. It's not something that you can go into and plan on becoming a millionaire overnight. This is a get rich extremely slow plan. I started it mainly just for the exercise and make a few extra bucks, and now it's grown into a pretty substantial little business. To get bigger, you're gonna have to buy equipment, and to do that, you've got to save your money, not spend it on toys, and buy equipment that's gonna make you money, not be fun to play with. Which means, you can't start out with the biggest equipment there is until you get to where you've got, a built-up client base and sales that can justify it, and you can't just plan on future sales. Something I heard last night, I was watching another YouTuber, and he was talking about what's happening in New York. The state of New York is outlawing, starting I think next October of 2022, I believe, they're banning heating with firewood. They're banning fires. So it might come down to even banning backyard fires, I don't know. But that's a scary thing. If the state of New York and probably California will be next followed by Illinois. Those three seem to do things that are insane by my standards. It's very possible that some of the people in New York are going to be hurt because of it. And they're even talking about that the wood, in order to be burned, has to be treated, which is interesting. So I don't know, it's a whole topic I could talk about, you know, the possibility of what you can do with a firewood business is, you know, it's really up to you. How hard you want to work and how much money you want to throw at equipment, and if you've got a big enough market base. I live in an area where, just in the Fox Valley here where I live, there's like 230, 240, 250,000 people that I can sell to. And, you know, if I go farther south, farther north, farther east, farther west, there's even more people. It's just how far do you want to go? But if you're living out in the sticks, you're not going to make a lot of money unless you're selling to a lot of people that are heating with wood. And even there, you're going to have to ship wood somehow. The real big producers ship wood to big cities. You know, they ship wood to, you know, Chicago, Minneapolis, around here anyway. I mean, they ship truckloads of wood every day, and that's how they make money. So it's possible you can do really well, but it's the scalability and how much time you have to put into it, how much equipment you can afford, what kind of manpower you can get. But for the average person, you can do it on a part-time basis and make a few thousand extra bucks pretty easily. If you work real hard at it, you know, you might be able to make enough to make an income. But boy, that's a lot of work. Because as you get bigger, you're going to want to spend money on equipment. If you spend money on equipment, that's not income. It's money out the door. Everybody says, oh, you can write it off. Well, you still got to pay for it. A lot of people are like, oh, that's just an expenditure. We can write that off. Yeah, if you're very profitable. But if you're not profitable, all you're doing is buying equipment. If you're going to buy equipment, you got to make sure it's going to make you money, not just be a fun toy to have. There, I'm done with my rant for the day. I'm going to deliver this wood right now. There it is, a bunch of wood stacked. On to the next one. I have returned once again triumphantly from my delivery that I just did. And the next delivery is also for a 1/3 of a cord or a face cord of oak. And then the one after that is a face cord of maple, or a 1/3 of a cord. And then the one after that is also oak. And that is a 1/3 of a cord or face cord. So that's what I have for deliveries left. But what I just did is I hooked up the trailer and backed it up to this pile right here, because my first delivery tomorrow morning is at 8 a.m. and it's a delivery I have to go, I don't know, it's like 25 miles or something like that. It's a guy that he gets 2 full cords every year, and this will be his first delivery for this year. And he wants oak, and I'm going to load it up right now because I have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I don't have to load it in the dark. So I'm going to get it loaded today, right now, because I've got time between my next delivery, and then we're going to load up. What I'll do is I'll load it up, park the trailer, disconnect it, and then we'll load up the truck for the next delivery. I do that quite often when I have an early morning delivery. The next day, I'll load it up the day before, the night before, so I don't have to get up super early and be here and load it. And that way it's all done and ready to go. And on days when I'm going to be delivering a lot of loads, like there was a day this year and one last year that it was 17, 18 face cords, something like that I delivered in one day. And I always like to load up the night before the first delivery. And a lot of times my big days like that are people that are buying 2 and 3 loads. So I'll load it up, you know, the night before with a load, come back, load it up again, go dump it at the same place a lot of times. So it'll be like 2 full cords right off the bat. And then I'll do more and more and more. So that's what I do on days when I have big deliveries. I like to preload them. And then when I'm really busy and I know I'm going to be having a lot of deliveries coming that people are going to be calling on, generally it's October, November when I get the most calls, like especially on a Friday, Saturday. Even if I don't have a delivery for the next day booked yet, I will load up my trailer with a 2 face cord or 2/3 of a cord load into the trailer, because if someone wants a single, I can deliver that with the truck, not with the trailer. If they want a double, it's loaded. If they want a full cord or 3 face cords, all I gotta do is throw one more in and I go. So it kind of saves some time, which is why I'm toying with the idea of keeping trusty Rusty, the old trailer here, and getting a new trailer so that I can have 2 trailers loaded sometimes, or to use this one in the wood yard for moving wood around when I am splitting and things like that. So just an idea. I don't know if I'm going to actually do it or not. I don't really need 2 trailers, but it would be nice. So we're going to load this one up right now. So I just busted the end off of this pallet after I got done loading the first face cord, 1/3 of a cord that was in this row right here. The next 2 rows are right next door here, but I want to back up closer. And the problem is this pallet is froze to the ground, which happens all the time in the northern states if you put your pallets on the ground like I do. Now my brother Kenny, because he has access to some materials that he hoards and doesn't share with me, he has some, it's called mill screen or mill felt, which they make paper with. He puts it down underneath his pallets and they slide all over, and they don't rot. The water drains right through it, and he can move them, but I can't. So that's why I have this boy. What I do is I already hit it a couple times here in the end. I hit it on the ends like this, and I'll hit it here, but I try not to bust it apart. And then I'll hit it in the middle ones a couple times. It's already starting to loosen up a little bit, and then I'll come over here and hit the ends. It's starting to move a little bit, but I gotta release it from 4 different boards that are touching, making contact with the ground, and they're frozen. It's starting to move now a little bit. It's getting closer. Yeah, I think it's starting to move now. Let's see. Nope. Not gonna do it. So I'll hit some more over here. It's starting to loosen up now. Pretty good. I hit in the middle a couple times. And again, I'm trying to not destroy the pallet. I could destroy it and get it up. Oops, I already busted loose this board. Oh, still doesn't want to go. Now what I could do is get a shovel and pry it up, which I think I'm gonna give a go with a shovel. That might be enough. I think my shovel, oops. My shovel's right here. Let's see what happens. And yes, I could use the tractor, but I'd bust it all up. You gotta be kind of gentle with these. Oh, it's starting to come up now. The key is just get underneath it. See, I'm losing a board underneath there, so that's not good. Try over here on this side. Oh, look at that. Freedom. There we go. And I still busted it up a little bit. I got a couple loose boards, but it's better than having it in 37 pieces. So I'll throw that over there. Now this is open. And in the fall, as I move wood and sell it, I try to take the pallets up right away so I can reposition them. So basically you just pound them loose. So for all you people down south, you don't know how much fun it is in the snow. You're just missing out on so much wintertime activities. I think it's kind of loose. I got a bunch of little boards I stuck in here because I try to keep the wood off the ground as much as possible. So sometimes you use little pieces like I did here. Take little pieces of pallets, piece trimmings, and I put them on the ground in between pallets to fill the spaces. And it allows me to keep the wood off the ground so it's not getting froze down, or worse yet, sucking moisture up and staying wet. Whew! There, I'm sweating now. So now I can reposition the trailer. I can bring it over this way a little, back it up, because I don't like to throw very far. I like to get as close as possible, so we're going to do that next. Beautiful, isn't it? There's a full cord plus some. Now, this guy that I sell to, he heats with wood, and he wanted as much of the big stuff as I had, and I just didn't have much. So I gave him 3 face cords or a full cord, and then I ate into that pile and gave him a whole bunch of extra armfuls because I just wasn't finding a lot of big stuff that he wanted. He said as many big stuff as possible, big pieces as possible. So that's what it is. That's what he's going to get, and he's going to be happy, because that's what he's going to get. So I'm going to go park this now, and I'm going to then back up the truck right in this area again and load up another 1/3 of a cord or face cord into the truck and deliver it. Okay, my next delivery is for 1 face cord or 1/3 of a cord of oak. Hey, look at here, there's some oak. So I'm gonna throw this in, and we're gonna go deliver this one, then we're gonna come back, do a load of maple, then come back, do a load of oak. So I got some wood chopping to do yet today. Once again, we have here a beautiful load of oak firewood ready to go to its new home, and I think it's going to be very happy there because all wood is happy at new homes, I think. We're going to go down the road and deliver it. We're going to come back and do it again a couple times. Here we go. I'm back in the wood yard again, and this load is from maple, and I've got a row right here, but it looks like I stole some to make a load for somebody else, so I'm gonna have to take a little bit from the next pile because I'm gonna be a little short there because that is supposed to be a face cord or third of a cord. It looks like I stole some, so I'm gonna throw it in right now. Here we go. Once again, a work of art has been created. There it is. It is a face cord or third of a cord of maple. It is in, it is ready to go. And this delivery, the people are paying me to stack it. You saw one earlier today, I stacked it because it was a new customer, and I charged them actually extra for the delivery because it was kind of in between zones as far as how much I charge. And so I charged them an extra 10 bucks because it was a couple miles over. So I kind of made up for it, and I was able just to take it directly from the truck and put it right into a pile. And this one, apparently I can do the same thing. So they wanted me to stack it, so I'm going to stack it. So down the road we go. Those guys look a lot alike. So there it is, stacked. I've delivered to this customer several times, and I always stack it right there. This is a very large house. It's one of the biggest houses in the whole area. It's the original house of one of the founding members of the city or something. I don't know, a paper company, something like that. Big house. On to the next one. I am back in the wood yard after my last delivery. It is only about 4:30 right now, but it's getting dark out. I have one more delivery to do, and it is for oak. I'm going to take it right from this pile right over here, because that's the oldest, driest stuff I have. I'm going to throw that in. So it's for a face cord or a third of a cord. We're going to put that in. I hate these days when you get like 15 minutes of daylight now. It's ridiculous. And yeah, they're just short days. Don't like them. I want more daylight. Can we make more somehow? Wait, I did. I got more daylight. I got a light on the camera. Actually, I have two different lights. This is a new one I just bought. It's pretty awesome. I can light up the whole area when I'm recording, and I think I paid like 70, 80 bucks for the thing. It's about that big. It's LEDs. I'll show it to you sometime. But right now it's lighting me, and that's more important. So the light that's on there, I can adjust it all the way from 5% to 100%. Which is nice if you got some daylight, so you can pick that up. I can adjust it for color temperature from 5,500 Kelvin down to 3,200 or 3,100 Kelvin. So I can make it warm or cool, which is really nice. But yeah, it kind of makes a nice little work light, and I think it'll last quite a while too. I've got it pretty much charged, so it should last the whole time while I'm loading here. It's supposed to be good for like 3 or 4 hours on full power, so it should be good. So I'm gonna get this loaded up and go deliver it, and this will be the last delivery of the day today. So here we go, it's loading time. Yet another work of art. This is probably really close to the Mona Lisa, I'm thinking. Maybe not, but it looks good. So there it is. Gonna head out down the road. We're gonna go dump this one. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do for recording this, so we'll see when we get there. Hopefully there's a big enough space in the garage where I'm backing that I can put the camera. But I'm just gonna put it up and see what happens, just to use the light anyway. Because a lot of people's garages I go into, you know, they got one, 25 watt bulb in their garage and you can't see anything, and it's a dark garage. Like, people are afraid of light. But this will help, because right now I have it on 20% or 25%, so I can crank it up so it's really bright. So it's pretty awesome. Going down the road. I am back for my last delivery for today. You saw me just do. I'm back home now. This is my house. And tomorrow you should come back, because tomorrow we're going to do some prospecting for some free wood. I had a guy give me a call today, and it's going to be, could be good. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to go for a walk in the woods and see what he's got. So tomorrow I'll be back in the wood yard. You should come on back. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting, and on your way out the door, poke some buttons. It's fun. Give it a try. Good night, Irene.